All right, guys. So this is E from the Easy Entrepreneur YouTube channel. You guys know I'm a six-figure diabetic test flipper. And today, I want to introduce you guys to Angel and one of our students, Thomas. And basically, what this video is about is a new lead source that we have in our course right now, where we're getting you guys, leads that are already went through a funnel that are ready to sell. You guys know that I also have a lead broker that we work with that we get you diabetic leads. Those leads are cold though, right? So you're looking at about 15 cents a lead. Those leads are extremely cold. They're just people with diabetes and stuff like that. And we can get you access to those people all across the country. I've spoken about that in the past. But this lead source, these leads have already went through a funnel. They already said they're ready to sell. So we have a few students already using them and they're getting awesome results. So I just want to introduce you to Angel, which this is Angel's system. He's built a system where he's getting us quality leads. Like I said, they're already going through a funnel. They already said they're ready to sell. Angel has been in the marketing business for 10 years. And also we have my student Thomas, and I believe Thomas is new to the business, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yep. Thomas is new, and Thomas jumped right into not only did he got in the course, but he invested into the new lead source, and he's seeing great results. From my understanding, he's already done about 10 to 12 mail kits already in 1 month. And in this business, a lot of people they want to get into the mail kit side of the business as well, right? Because we have two ways where we're getting leads. We have our local leads, where you'll do marketing in your local city, and you would have to go and meet these people to pick up the supplies and buy them. And then you have the other way of marketing where you can do online stuff, and you can have customers mail you their supplies, right? And you pay on arrival. So this is the other way to do it, where you're connecting with customers all across the country, and they're sending you their supplies. And obviously that strategy is just super powerful because you could just operate the business anywhere across the country. But I'll so Angel, you wanna kind of give
Yeah.
some anything?
So I can add to what Eric said. In addition to, being able to build your business, it's basically infinitely scalable, right? So it's just really a matter of, putting your money down and just betting on yourself and flipping the switch to just being able to explode your business. Because at the end of the day, what it all comes down to is people, right? Talking to people. The more people we talk to, the more people that we talk to with diabetes, the more people that have this equipment that we're trying to buy naturally will come to, equal more clients. Not just clients, but recurring clients, which is, I think, what we're all after is not the hard work, it's the smart work, right? Where, any one of these clients that you get from this lead source can be a client that, like Thomas calls them, the whale clients, right? The whale clients that just out of nowhere have so much medical supplies, test strips. I mean, it looks like they've been hoarding CVS for the last 3 years, and that's what they have, and it is what it is. And then because they see our advertisements, which is very professionally positioned, one thing that we make sure that we do is that we enlighten those with diabetes on the why, as to why we're buying what we're buying, right? Because a lot of people have these strips, and they have different desires, right? Some of them are trying to make some money. Some of them are honestly trying to make a business out of this, right? Because it is what it is, and they're trying to make that extra cash. And so everyone's desires are different, but ultimately, the why is very important, because it's very easy to be scammed in this industry. It's very easy to sell your stuff to someone who has the wrong intentions in mind. And then, mind you, like Eric said, this is a business where it's all about trust at the end of the day, right? So, Thomas sends a mail kit out, and the individual who has the product, possibly hundreds of dollars worth of product, isn't going to be paid until Thomas physically receives the product in his office, right? And he's done quality assurance, he's confirmed the quality, he's made sure that the number that they said is there, and the condition, most importantly. is the biggest thing, really, because everyone will tell you it's in the best condition possible, but until you receive it, it's a different story, right? And so, it's not just about volume, it's also about condition, and just being able to transfer the expectations to someone, saying, hey, when you send these to me, I need them to be in mint condition or as best condition as possible, due to the fact that if they through the mail get banged up or whatever, it's hard for me to pay you what a mint condition product would be. And so, as an individual in this test strip business, it's very important for you to understand your why, right? And your why is something we make very prominent to the leads, so that they not only trust you in selling the leads to you specifically amongst all the other thousands of people doing the same business, right? But in addition to that, is trust you to send you specifically their products, and then go through that whole process with you. And then if you do your job right, this could be someone who continuously gets products, has other products as well. It's not just about test strips, right? Test strips is just the hook. Test strips we use because test strips is the one the majority has, and that's the one that we want to kind of just use as a hook. But with proper questions and the proper diagnosis, we're able to take someone who just has, that thinks they just have test strips, and we ask them, hey, you can also buy this, this, and this. Not going to get into specifics on this call. Eric can get that into those specifics based on what you guys can buy. But with those questions being asked, you can easily diagnose someone and find that they don't just have test strips, but they have this much more product. And then, obviously you go through the process of how much quantity, what's the condition, what's the expiration date, how often can you get them? Do you know anybody else who has product like this that can work with us, right? Simple questions. And if you do your job right as a human being that you are, and connect with someone else like a human being, and let them know that you're really trying to do this to help other people, again, it's the why. Even if they've been quoted by someone else, usually that someone else doesn't really have a why besides making money. And people aren't just about making money. People want to contribute. People want to, in some way, shape, or form, be able to provide value. And it's not just selling the product to you. They know that by selling it to you, you're helping someone plus putting money in their pockets. It's a win-win, right? So I kind of just want to, that's the gist of our strategy, and why when we get a lead, a lot of the times you can ask Thomas, they'll just start sending you pictures of what they have, and they'll just start telling you, I have this product, or I have this much quantity, or this much in this brand, or whatever it is. And then you, as a consultant in this space, need to just, guide them through this process, and let them know how it works. And because it's a mail kit strategy, it's, they're receiving something in the mail and they need to look out for it. And you need to just guide them step by step through that process, so they feel trust, the whole way through, all the way up until they get money in their pocket. And then now you can have the conversation about, when do you get these products again? When's the next time you'll have them? When's the next time we can jump back on a call, right? So that's kind of the gist. Any like questions that maybe you want to touch on, or Eric, anything that maybe I didn't bring up?
So I mean, before we kind of get into, Thomas's testimonial, this video will probably be played on YouTube. So there will be people who are interested in getting in the business and they don't know how to do the mail kit strategy. You guys will always be able to contact me, and I could point you in the right direction and stuff like that. Because, a lot of people who get into the business, well, a good portion of them, that's the first thing. They're like, hey, I'm not really that interested in doing the local, guerrilla marketing. I want to do mail kits and stuff like that, and obviously in my course, I show you how to, run paid ads and stuff like that. But, why not skip all the paid ad stuff and trying to learn Facebook and all of that stuff, and just jump into something that, Angel is providing. So, like I said, and I'll let it be known after Thomas's testimonial. There'll be a link below in this video, as far as contacting me, as far as, learning a little bit more about the business before you get into this. And there also will be a link to just kind of move forward. But, we want everyone to understand that if you're going to move forward just by, skipping that link to me and going straight to Angel, that you kind of want to know the business, you're kind of ready to move forward. because, you know, we don't want to waste Angel's time, right?
Yeah, so everything goes hand in hand, right? Without Eric's knowledge on how to do the mail kits and all of that, my system won't work, right? You can't just jump and skip into my system and think that you could just, start making this work and happen the way Thomas is doing it. Thomas got the information from Eric, and then Eric, then we exploded his business through lead generation. But you have to have the strategy down before you do something like this. But one thing I want to mention is, who is this for? Who is this for? Who's this business for? This is for someone who, like Eric said, may not want to do the driving back and forth, may not want to meet people in person, and want to kind of just really build a kind of work from home business, really. Or if you have a small office, you can work from there, or whatever you have set up. And you can literally, the majority of this business, by the way, is done via text, which is really freaking cool. And I think that's a very big important aspect of this business, that because of how we do it, you're able to do deals just simply via text without even having to jump on a call. Sometimes you may have to jump on a call, sometimes you don't, but the majority will be done by text because the positioning is done. And it's just really about how much can you offer me for this product so I can help people, really. So that's really cool about it. Now, the other thing is that you want to have, it takes money to make money, right? We're in a business of, you're essentially arbitraging, right? It's in the arbitrage business, buying low, selling high. So with that being said, when you're buying into a lead generation strategy like this, you also want to have the resources in order to really scale this thing by being able to have the buying power to buy the product from the people, right? Because that's going to kind of limit your capacity between how big you can grow this business and how fast, right? Is your buying power. So ultimately, this is definitely a jump start, but you also want to make sure that you have the resources available so that when you do put the rocket ship into your business, you are ready and prepared to drop the resources down, to do this at scale, right? And I think, Eric, you probably talk about this in the course. It's not probably as resource extensive as doing the local model because you're not doing it as fast, right? Here in a week, you could send 10 mail kits, for example, depending on how many leads you get. And that might be, you have to front, $1,000, $2,000, depending on how many products it is. And then that flips into a lot more. But ideally, you want to understand, I want to set proper expectations for someone jumping into this business. This is a very fruitful business. This can earn you passive income with recurring buyers and buyers that just will send you product over and over again. But you also want to have the money to make money, right? I don't want to set wrong expectations and say, hey, you'll become a millionaire by ordering a batch of leads, and then all of a sudden you're flowing in, okay? Yeah. You got to put in the work. You got to talk to people, build relationships. And then once you've done that correctly, you have no problem where your next buyer is going to come from. And your business will always predictably grow.
Right. Thank you, Angel. Thank you. So we'll let Thomas kind of get into his testimonial. Thomas, can you just tell us a little bit about your journey over the last or working with Angel over the past month or so?
Yeah. So I got your course, Eric. I think it was, let's see, when, July. That was probably May, like around May. I started out just doing my local market. I'm a bandit sign guy. So I got out there. I maybe put out maybe 100 bandit signs, and I was getting, pretty steady calls, made a couple $100, kind of figure out how this thing works, how to send everything back in to our buyers. And I jumped on a call in one of our, I guess, weekly calls, and Eric was talking about this new marketing source we had. I came on late, so I didn't even really hear it, but I text Eric after the thing. I was like, hey, I want to know more about that. So he was telling me about it, how much it cost. I was like, all right, I want to do it. So I hooked up with Angel, and I'll be honest, I was completely not ready. I was so not ready for what happened, right? I mean, I'm a computer guy, so I know how to get around on the computer. But when he set this thing up, I literally just started getting lit. He said, all right, first couple of days it's gonna kind of start out slow, but it's gonna start ramping up. So I was trying to get ready for it, and all of a sudden these leads just start coming in. And my wife was like, what is your phone? Why is your phone always beeping? Why is your phone keep doing all this noise? I said, I'm trying to make some money. So, you know, I started working the leads, not really used to talking to these people through text message like this, because normally I'm going out to meet my buyer, you know, here locally. I mean, my seller.
Yeah.
And just like Angel said, you can close these deals literally by text message. Some of them will want to jump on the phone, but I've closed, I don't know how many deals just by text. And I was like, this can't be that easy. You know, I mean, but at the same time, you know, I don't want to set the wrong expectations. You do need to have some money, because obviously you're gonna have to pay for that. You need to have the money to you know, to buy your product and to, you know, to do that part of it. But if you invest in yourself and you have the resources to invest in your business, I mean, it's definitely a way to jumpstart. Definitely. I mean, because I went from maybe, you know, 2 or 3 customers a week with the bandit signs. I mean, I'm looking at my dashboard. I think last month I may have sent out 25 or so, maybe 30 mail kits. Now I didn't get all of them back yet. I'm still, they're slowly coming in, but some people will request a mail kit and you got to follow up with them. Hey, you know, you still sending it back? What are you doing? A lot of people, they, all right, I'm going tomorrow. Some people won't respond. They'll go ghost, which they probably were price shopping. So, I mean, that's part of the business too. Some people will just reach out for a quote, you know, that's part of it. But for the most part, I mean, it only takes, I mean, I went into this like, you know, what can I do to build my residual every month? You know, how many of these people can I make my customer every month? So I don't know, I may do it a couple of months, 6 months. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but at some point I'm gonna have so many customers coming back to me every month, because it is, like you said, it's all about relationship. You know, if you talk to these people, you know, maybe jump on a phone call with them, you know, they'll work with you every month, you know. And I mean, it's been good. You know, before the call, like I got to send out a mail kit just through text message. You know, they want a mail kit, so I like it.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
like it.
Thanks, Thomas. And yeah, as far as the leads, you know, not sending mail kits back, and stuff like that, that's just part of the business in a whole. That's just how it is. Whether you was running Facebook ads yourself or running any paid advertisement, you're gonna have leads that say, hey, yeah, send me a mail kit. Or you'll have leads contacting you just to get a price quote. You'll have that. You'll send a mail kit out and won't get it back from a customer. That's part of the business. That's just as a whole. But yeah, very lucrative.
Now, one thing I want to add is, like, you know, what's going to allow you to win over more customers again, because people buy people too, right? They're buying into you, not just your product and service. Because, you know, you have, you know, so many students, they can all sell and buy the same product that Thomas can. So why Thomas? Right. So it's one of those things when you do find yourself someone who's price shopping, if you can connect with them over the phone and really reiterate why you're in this business, why you're doing what you do, why you're committed to helping other people and serve them by helping them facilitate these different products, because they have trouble finding them, because they have trouble buying them. Maybe they can't afford it. Maybe they're off, you know, they don't offer them in their city or state that they live in. That's why I'm in the business. A lot of people can also relate to, you know, having family members that need these products and, you know, use these products, and that if they were having trouble finding them, like, it would be devastating, right? If it was someone in your own family. And so to avoid that, it's my duty and responsibility to help as many people as possible through this, using this means of business. But at the same time, I'm helping you with some extra cash. I'm helping them with the medical supplies that they're looking for. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win. I'm happy, you're happy, they're happy. There's really nothing more you can ask for.
Right.
Right. And then at the end of the day, if you can make that connection, okay, it doesn't matter how many price quotes they got. They don't have that same connection with the person that they got the quote from. You know, they might do business the one time, but that's it. That's it. There's nothing else there, right? It's just a quick money grab real quick, and that's that. But if you do that connection building, that relationship building, like Thomas said, Like, not only can you buy their product, but this is how important this is. You'll be able to recommend what products you pay more for. You'll be able to recommend, different things that they might have that you can also buy that they may have not known of, right? Because they're only coming in for test strips, right? And if you can have these conversations, the higher the trust, the harder the conversation that you can have, right? This is what it all comes down to. And I've heard the calls say on those calls, I don't know why I've gotten pulled by a few other guys, but I chose you because I like you.
Mhm.
That's it.
Right.
That's what it all comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. People by people. Okay. So it's a combination of, yes, having and talking to someone that has the product and service that you can help them with. But in addition to that is remembering that we live on a planet where we're social animals and people need to connect with people. And so by doing that and doing that better than everyone else, you can reassure that you'll never have a problem finding a client ever again. Because not only will they'll sell you their product, but they'll help you. They'll sell you their product and then tell their friends to sell you their product. And it could just, that's what you call rainmaking,
Yep.
making it rain, and that's what I want to leave that off with. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free.
Yeah, no, I think that was good. I believe there's millions of leads to go around. Someone had actually asked that in the comments when I spoke about it maybe a few days ago. We was kind of going back and forth. They kind of made it look like, what are you just making money off of people? And I'm like, there's way too many leads. You know what I mean? And I actually really do the business. So I know I get it. I'm on YouTube. It comes off like I'm just this influencer and selling people on stuff. No, I actually do the business day in, day out, literally. I could want to throw my phone off the balcony sometimes. That's how much business I have. So, but I'm like, there's millions of diabetics. There's tons of leads out there. And I wouldn't be able to handle all the leads. So why not be able to, help other people in the business? Because that's what my channel does. And, it was going back and forth. But,
Yeah, there's enough opportunity to go around. It's honestly mind-blowing to me how many people have diabetes. In
yeah,
addition to that is how many people have the amount of product they have just sitting in their house, just like I feel like sometimes it's illegal kind of having so much product. But the reality is that they just hold on to them. Sometimes they get more product than what they need, and they collect them for whatever reason. They have like this I don't know, this habit of just stockpiling medical supplies, right? And then all of a sudden they see you and they're like, yeah, I can buy them all from you. And they're like, Jesus, it's like, God, where were you, 3 months ago, right? It's like, why am I collecting this? And then they look back and they realize they have hundreds of dollars of money just sitting there collecting dust that will eventually expire and be worth zero.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for being here. Appreciate you, Eric, for interviewing me, and Thomas for being here. If anyone has any other questions, they know that they can find you to find me. And I think anyways, it's better to have a conversation first with you to kind of figure out where they're at in the business, what's going to be the better model for them based on their financial circumstances, because there are better ways. I mean, you have to have money to make money, but there are also ways to do this with very little money as well. So I don't want to take away the fact that, you can't do this with little money, right? I mean, you need to have at least money to buy the product, but there are better, like Thomas said, with the bandit signs. What does 100 bandit signs cost you at Walmart? And then you could easily become local presence there and then make some money and then invest that money, right, to catapult your business. So appreciate you for that. And if anyone has any questions, they know where to find you, so I could facilitate that for them.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks, Angel, and thanks, Thomas. All right, guys. So I'll wrap this up, and we'll be hearing from you guys soon.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. All righty. Bye.
Thank you.